Okay, Nathan, see a lot of really good things with what you're doing. One little thing that I think you could work on, and for guys that need to address this issue, I've been using this clip with Pete Alonso as I think it really illustrates what I'm talking about with you. So let's start with you here on the left and your negative movement. I think you get a little more into your back leg than your back hip. Why do I say that? Okay. When you work loading, and we always talk about loading our hips, not our hands, really feel about everything getting into right there versus into right there. And I've got Alonso to illustrate that. But as you watch, you really get into that back leg there. And then the reason I think you're in your leg more than your hip is watch your hips. See how you get that little bit of a climb? Let's go back. Negative movement. And that's where I think you're a little more, and again, into your leg than your hip. Because watch the hip climb. See how we go up? Then as we come down, see the check mark on your shorts? See, you just start to open up just a little bit soon. Right? So we just started to open up here. That's not quite as powerful a position to be in. Number one. And number two, it gives us a little bit more of an around type of action. The rest with your lower half is great. The way that you release your backside, there's so many good things going on. Your connectivity is great. The way your hands stay connected to your back shoulder. It's really good, Nathan. But we can go from pretty good to great if we look at this. So Alonso, on his negative movement, you can see how he's getting into his hip, and he immediately starts forward. Up, starting to open up as you get to toe touch. So you can see the difference right there at toe touch about how much more potential energy that Alonso has versus what you have, simply because he got everything into his hip and maintained that load to toe touch. And the unloading happens in the immediate preparation where he gets heel down. Your load got a little bit more into your back leg. So then as you come up and down, you're going to start to unload right there. You started to unload before you got to toe down, whereas he started his unload when he got to that heel strike. And you can see the difference in heel strike with how much more that he still has with everything back here and ready to go versus you've started to commit that a little bit. So it's a pretty easy fix because it's something that you can do dry rep wise. Just feel on my negative movement, I'm into my back hip and I don't unload any of that potential energy I've put in my back hip until it's that heel toe motion of immediate preparation right there. Into our back leg, then up, down, starting to unload before our foot's in the ground. Toe strike, heel strike. So it's, we're talking, hundredths of a second, but when we are able to be at toe touch there versus toe touch there, you can just see now as he slams heel down for immediate prep versus heel down for immediate prep, he still has more potential energy back there, and it allows him to go more through where you get a little bit more around.